All right. Hello out there, YouTube. What's going on, everyone? It is D Dunn here. I am the average gaming dad, and if you notice on your screen right in front of you, there is a Z next to the New York Giants logo, and that is because we have clinched home field advantage. We are 13 and 1. Philadelphia right behind us. Very competitive division. We've talked about that, I think, at every episode. Um, But we got some stuff to get through. We got storylines to wrap up from last week with Joey Hawley rushing 33 attempts, 165 yards, and 3 touchdowns. And then we had some new injuries, but we get like 3 starters back next week. So let's go and hop in. Let's see what we got. Nice win. I agree. We did a great job exploiting their run D. Great game plan. I give you all the credit. It was your idea. Good job, because that is how NFL organizations are run. The players dictate what the coaches are going to do. You won the game, and your line exploited the opponent's run defense. Your O line and your running backs earned 2,500 XP each. Cool. Oh, yeah. And Silas Rodriguez. He got Superstar X Factor in one of our after training this last week. So that was huge. And then I think he got injured promptly after that. So, not ideal, but that's the NFL for you. That is the NFL. Let me just get the stream pulled up here so I can monitor the chat should someone join and want to chat. But yeah, let's take a look at that real quick. Okay, so Azeez Ojulari will be back after we progress to the next week, as will Dorian Graham, as will Luke Jackson, backup guard. He'll be back, and Taven Bartow. So essentially, 3 starters will be back. 2 more weeks for Theo Johnson, 2 more for Steve Ramirez, and then Dakota Boss out for 4 weeks, and Silas Rodriguez, like I mentioned, gains Superstar X Factor and then promptly gets injured for 4 weeks. Tough. Tough, 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 tough. All right, let's go ahead and advance to next week where we will be taking on the Steelers. We are actually still, even though these games are most games just absolutely dominating because we have built an elite team. Thing of note is that we are actually going to break last year's record for the best record of the Giants franchise, at least that I could see on the Google. When I looked up on the Google, it said what I could find was their best record was like 14-3. Last year we went 16-2 because we're in an 18 or 17 game season, sorry. So 15-2, and this year looking to go 16-1. No. Yes, 16-1. All right. So if the playoffs were to happen today, we would be facing off against, I have to move my camera here, or just hide it. The winner between the Bucks and the Cardinals. That is what it is saying there. Okay. So it's a good thing to know. We can't afford to negotiate any players. We don't care about prospects right now. So let's do our weekly strategy. And looks like we'll be facing off against Justin Fields with the Steelers. Obviously, they moved on from Russell Wilson as we're like 5 years deep into this rebuild. I do have to go back because of the bug that EA will not fix and make sure that my backup quarterback is listed on the starter as a starter on the depth chart. Otherwise, the offensive line drills will not work. And I feel like I have to say it because I have to remind myself. Otherwise, I will forget like I did last week and our drills will not work. All right. Still got TJ Watt, though. So I think we can still expect a good Steelers defense. Hopefully, we get a nice competitive game. But right now, we have, the leading contender for NFL MVP. I was hoping that maybe he was going to be close to getting close to some sort of passing record, single season record. But I was really blown away when I saw, even in video game land, how far away we were from breaking Peyton Manning's single season records. It's kind of flabbergasting when you think about what he was able to accomplish in real life. It's a pretty astounding feat. It was something like 5,400 yards, 56 touchdowns, I think. You're doing a Madden. Let's see. I hope Kryto. Correct me if I'm wrong there. Kryto, MVP 11. You're doing a Madden franchise mode, and you are in year 2. That's fantastic. What team are you doing? This is year 5 or 6, I think, of this rebuild. I think maybe we'll do one more season after this one. I would love to get the Super Bowl three-peat. If we do, that's probably where I'll cut this off. And then hopefully by then we'll also be done. We should be done with the regular NFL draft, off-season, all that. So maybe we download an updated roster with the new rookies and stuff, and play a rebuild with that. I'm not sure, but yeah, we're pretty deep into this one. The Houston Oilers. Interesting. So you brought back the Oilers. Does that mean that you removed the Titans again, or the Texans, and then brought back the Oilers? How did you work that? That could also be something, doing a expansion team or like a new team. That could be kind of fun, getting to create your own team. How did you do it? You removed the Giants. That's funny. I mean, they're a pretty well-established franchise. I don't really know who they would move. If they removed anyone, I feel like it would maybe be like the Jaguars. I feel like they've just always been really underwhelming. I think they had like 2 good years, made the playoffs like once or twice, and like that was it. But that's kind of funny. Who's like your personal favorite football team? Who do you like to root for? You don't have one? That's fair. I went years without really having one. In like middle school and high school, which was a very long time ago, I was a Chargers fan back when they were in San Diego, just because I loved LaDainian Tomlinson. But now, and then I really hated just the way the direction of the team went. And since then, just like in the last couple of years, I've decided to commit to being a Browns fan. So my life sucks. But it's kind of nice. I feel like it'd be kind of nice not having like a personal team. You don't get left down. You don't get let down as much. You drafted Jalen Milroe in your franchise. Oh, okay, so Did you like download a draft class? Or did you build one of your own? Because I feel like that would take a lot of work, right? Oh. You downloaded one? Yeah, I'm trying to think. I can't remember what is his name. Another YouTuber that I like to watch for sports content. I'm having a brain fart at the moment though at as to what his do octagonal gaming. He does a lot of he does NFL, NBA, like he does all the sports, right? Um, but he did a franchise like that. Let's see. You don't know who to start from QB. Your QB room. So you have Mac Jones, Jalen Milroe, Andy Dalton. So you're trying to decide between sitting him behind Mac Jones or Andy Dalton. I mean, for the pure purposes of franchise mode, I would say start him behind Mac Jones and try and get him maybe a dev trade upgrade or just get him his overall upgraded. And then when you're ready to start Jalen Milroe, you can trade Mac Jones maybe for maybe some mid-round picks or something like that. And then maybe Dalton is your backup or your third string. Because Mac Jones is still relatively young. So if you got him to like superstar dev after a season and got him to a decent overall rating, you could probably trade him. Oh, or Nick Foles. Oh wow, we got all the you got the all the veterans back there. I mean Nick Foles, right? He's a Super Bowl winning quarterback. I don't know. Andy Dalton, in real life last year had a couple really nice games with the Panthers. I have no idea how he plays in the game, but you went with Andy Dalton. Yeah, it's a solid choice. I did that in this rebuild where I drafted my current starting QB, but he sat behind So we played obviously the 2024 season with Daniel Jones, and then because of his contract, I still drafted my future starter, and then did the same thing where I let Daniel Jones start for a year while he finished his contract, and then started my drafted player the year after. And then the year after that is the year that we won the Super Bowl. Do you stream or like upload videos on YouTube of your rebuilds? Or you just do them for fun? Alrighty. Drills are done. No injuries, it looks like so far. On defense, hit pointer for Braxton McKinney. It's actually really tough because that means both of our starting defensive tackles are going to be out. Tyler Nubin, starting free safety, out with the dislocated wrist. So we're going to be actually down 3 or 4 starters on defense now. Your head coach is Brian Dayball, and your offensive coordinator is Doug Peterson. You just do it for fun. Fair enough. I actually found that streaming rebuilds actually made it more fun for me because it gave me a reason to like keep playing. Because a lot of times, like I would just play for a couple seasons, win a Super Bowl, and then I would just kind of be over it. But this has given me a lot more motivation to like keep progressing and kind of see where it leads. And it is kind of interesting because next year we could lose some really big players on our team because of salary cap reasons. And so I'm really kind of curious to see how that plays out. I've never gone this deep into a franchise before, so I'm really excited to see what next year will be with salary cap stuff. What do you think? I know you said you don't necessarily have a favorite team, but I'm assuming like you follow NFL news and watch football games and stuff like that. Just curious what you think of those coaches in real life because I know they come under a lot of heat these last year or two. I have so many upgrades. We'll just auto upgrade the rest of these guys. Let's see. So Brian he knows how to build a team, but the New York Giants refuse to listen. You know, I think that's probably actually a pretty good read. I agree with your assessment. That actually seems right. Because they did make it to the playoffs with Daniel Jones. Roster is not. Oh, yeah. We need more defensive tackles because of injuries. Oh. Do we have anyone on the practice squad? That seems right. I mean, the Giants organization obviously is just not um, in a good spot. Considering obviously that choosing Daniel Jones over Saquon, and then Saquon going on to rush for a 2,000-yard season. And Doug Peterson is a better offensive coordinator, QB coach than head coach. Okay. I mean, fair. Can't, I mean, that's true. He got his ring. You can't take that away from him. That is very true. Sometimes I forget that Doug Peterson won a Super Bowl. Like, that just doesn't seem real. I am just surprised. Oops. That's fine. I am surprised, though, that, like, he just. So, all right, here's a question for you. Is Trevor Lawrence just not the QB that he was cracked up to be, or, like, supposed to be? Or did Doug Peterson not work well with him? Because Trevor Lawrence statistically has really underperformed from what I think a lot of people expected of him. I think he played hurt like 1 year, but overall his stats are just not good. Oh, okay. So his mindset is all about himself and not really team oriented, I think is what I'm kind of reading you. So he's just not taken seriously. Okay. I could see that. I mean, he does always seem like really calm and stoic, which I don't think is necessarily a bad thing, but I guess sometimes you want to see that, that fire out of your leader, out of your QB, So I could see that. I appreciate that you actually have some nuanced takes and not just like, Trevor Lawrence sucks. He needs to cut his hair. When Mac Jones came in and saw Jax playing harder. Okay. I like that. I like that. Give me 1 second. I'm just going to move my camera over. That way, people watching this after it's live will be able to see what you're putting in the chat. Joey Holly, injured again. Unbelievable. Sergeant Run and Gun working on a final paper. Thanks for joining. I'll probably be streaming some Warzone after Madden, if you stick around. Hey, man, I appreciate that. Lurk your little heart out. What? You mind if I ask what your final paper's on? Just curious. And then you can go to your lurking. I think we can run on this. 2nd and 8. We're past the 40. We did not block that very well. 3rd and 7. Torn labrum, sick. Joey Holly out for an extended period of time, it looks like. Stochastic and deterministic effects of radiation on the human body. That sounds like a lot. Best of luck with that. Best of luck with that. And then I think I saw we also had another injury on the field. So we are dropping like flies. You do feel bad, Kryto. You do feel bad for the young QBs being thrown into the fire. Oh, yeah. And I think it's almost comical when you see like how the Packers have done it and how successful that's been. Like, yeah, maybe they don't have, you know, a bunch of rings to show for it, but Jordan Love's looking good so far. Obviously, Rodgers sat behind Favre. Love sat behind Rodgers. And that has worked out. But other teams just refuse to emulate that. Or they'll sign a free agent veteran for like a year. Which is also not, I think, a solution because you don't build like that culture, right? Cool. Thanks, Sergeant. Appreciate you. But yeah, I'm also a big advocate for not starting rookies year one. It just doesn't really seem to work consistently. I mean, I'm having a brain fart right now, but Commanders QB, right, they did really well this year. But I think also, let's see. But what you also see is they'll throw a rookie QB in, and then if he doesn't have success after like 2 seasons, then he's automatically on the hot seat, or they go with a new head coach or a new offensive coordinator. And it's just not a recipe for long-term success. Like, if anything, I'll say, you know, what the Panthers have done to at least stick with Bryce Young and show that they're committed to him to an extent. I mean, I know that they started Dalton mid-season, but they went back to Bryce, and he played well, but there's just no... The league is just too impatient with rookie QBs, and I think they expect way too much. Yeah. Me and you, Kryto, we are definitely on the same page there. All right. And here in Imagine... Oh, we almost broke that. Here in Madden land, off to a solid start, 7-3. Pat Hutchinson leading the way with 40 total touchdowns, leading the league, and his first in the NFL MVP race. He's played incredible, considering the entire team has melted around him with injuries throughout the year. He's been our rock. He's been very consistent. NFL scouts need to learn most dual threat QBs. They're not going to develop into a pure pocket passer. Yeah. I think that's fair too. I mean, it's so funny when you go back and you watch some of the clips from ESPN of them just absolutely shitting all over Lamar Jackson, saying like he's a long-term like project QB, he'll never be an elite passer, blah, 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 blah. And then multi-time MVP, led the league in every meaningful passing stat like the last 2 or 3 years. Arguably should have won MVP this year, but they had to give a Make-A-Wish MVP to Josh Allen because he can't beat Patrick Mahomes. See, even the dog agrees. Kryto, what are your thoughts on the Josh Allen MVP win? I was not necessarily surprised, but I don't think that he should have won. Like, the votes are cast before, unless I'm mistaken, I'm pretty sure the votes are all cast before the playoffs. So the results of the playoffs have no bearing on the MVP results, to my understanding. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's the way it is. And Marion Ridley, casual 15-yard rushing TD, we'll take that. Where was I? The league consistently proves that the MVP is not MVP, it's just best quarterback of the year. And if it goes by record, then it should have been Patrick Mahomes. And if it goes by statistics, then it should have been Lamar Jackson. But we ended up with the Josh Allen MVP. So, I don't know. I know MVP sounds good, and I know they make a lot out of it. But it doesn't seem like it actually means anything because there's no criteria. Like, you don't just plug in numbers into a spreadsheet and it spits out like, oh, this guy's the clear favorite. They just go, this guy, I like watching him play. I feel like that's how they determine. Fields taken off. We might need a spy on the field. I didn't even think about that. You were shocked? Oh, good ball. Let's see. The media just doesn't like QBs like Lamar Jackson because of the play style. I mean, that's fair. It's always, I feel like it's got to be really hard to be Lamar Jackson because it's like, if you run too much, then people say you need to pass the ball more. And if Lamar Jackson takes a sack, then they say, oh, Lamar Jackson needs to run the football more. And there's just like, there's no winning when you have the ability to run. It's either you run too much or you don't run enough. But yeah, I think you're right to an extent that the media just like idolize the pocket passer. All right, 3rd and 2. Could see a Justin Field design run. We're going to go cover 1. We're going to have a spy on the field. We'll see what happens. So run up the middle. Loss of 1. Great play from the strong safety, Jawan Beasley, flying in for the TFL. And the Steelers are going to settle for the 2nd field goal attempt. It is up, and the 50-yarder is good, right down the middle. Drew Brees and Tua Tagovailoa got some hate from the media because they're not flashy QB play style. Yeah. Another name I would throw on that list was Alex Smith. With his time with San Francisco and Kansas City, did not put up big numbers, did not have flashy plays. But he won games. And every year, because he didn't put up, 4,000 yards or whatever. Of course, that was also like when Peyton Manning and Tom Brady were throwing for like 4,500 yards every season. But yeah, it was like that was the bar. That was the measurement. And if you couldn't do that, then you just weren't a good quarterback. Even though both teams won consistently with Alex Smith. And then of course he had his knee obliterated. And then I think it was like a botched surgery as well. I feel like this was some years ago, so I could be misremembering, but I think they botched his surgery as well. And then his career was over, but I've seen, that's just a beautiful ball, by the way. Hutchinson, my Lord and Savior. End of the first quarter. It's actually a fairly close game. The Steelers keep driving, getting in field goal range. We make a play on 3rd down. Pretty close. If the Steelers can force a punt, this could actually end up being a really tight game. But yeah, Tom Brady's talked about it a lot. Is like the label of being a game manager should be what QBs strive for. And instead the media is just all about it. I'm just trying to think of where I hear you on that. Like, if Tua wants to win, he needs to go somewhere else just because the franchise is not good. I hear you. And even though the franchise might not be good, I am dubious that Tua can win without McDaniel, because I think he built that offense around Tua, and I think that offense, even though has yet to win a playoff game, is as successful as it is because of Mike McDaniel and his ability to recognize Tua's strengths and weaknesses. Lay the wood. Almost got a truck. Seahawk is your best pick for Tua? Yeah, I could see that. I could see that. I could also maybe see him, because didn't, what's his nuts? Pete Carroll. He is with the Raiders. I could see Pete Carroll taking on Tua. Like, the organization isn't great, but you would have an advocate in Tom Brady, and you would have a great coach in Pete Carroll to help develop him. Tough sack there, 3rd and 16. Like I said, if the Steelers can get a stop, this game could actually end up being pretty close, because our defense is not playing well. Down many starters right now. Just looking for something that maybe breaks for something big, but maybe not necessarily designed for it. Let's go with this classic gem. Let's get Ridley on out. Might look for the one-on. I think we're going to go Mitchell, Sherman, Graham. We got the one-on-one with the big tight end. You can't give those up if you're Pittsburgh's defense. Beautiful ball, beautiful route. The backup tight end filling in for Theo Johnson. Put in work. Love to see it. I mean, if you get a good one-on-one matchup with a giant tight end in the end zone, you got to take it. Pete Carroll is one of the best coaches. It just may take some time to get the Raiders winning again. I agree. I agree with that. The Raiders are in shambles. Like, Garoppolo, I don't know how many times we have to see a San Francisco quarterback under Shanahan go to a different team and fail before people realize that, like, it's the system sometimes. And I think that was the case with Garoppolo, right? He wasn't the answer for the Raiders. Oh, God. Fields, huge gain up to the 47. He wasn't the answer. The whole Devontae Adams situation, that was a nightmare. There we go. Down goes Fields. Huge loss of 9 on the play. The backup's coming in, making a play. Deontay Stockton was giving Fields the business at the end of that, kind of giving him some hip thrust. I don't know about that move, but we'll take the sack. You feel bad for Anthony Richardson? Yeah. The Colts are a nightmare right now. Absolute nightmare. I don't really know what they're doing. What a catch and run. Holy. Made the grab, stumbled, broke a tackle. That was actually an excellent play. But yeah, also isn't Anthony Richardson like incredibly young? He's like just 20 years old or something like that. But they're not going to give him, oh man. Is that Aziz Ojulari back from a 4 or 5 week injury and out again? So we have our entire defensive line is going to be all backups right now. That's what we're looking at. Right, good. Deontay Stockton. Thibodeau is a linebacker that we're lining up at defensive end. We're out our starting safety. Like literally half my starting defense is injured right now. And it's a dislocated shoulder, so he's like toast. Sick. I think we just need to blitz at Justin Fields and kind of hope for the best. Oh, you think they should use him like Taysom Hill? I don't know about that. Like, I don't see, like, you're talking about lining them up on like tight end and having him play on special teams and stuff like that? Is that what you're saying? Or you just mean where they use Taysom Hill in like design run plays and stuff? If there was a quarterback that needed to sit behind a veteran for a few years, it would be Anthony Richardson. All right, so we forced Pittsburgh into another punt, or into another field goal attempt. This one from 54, and that one is a miss. Wide left. Pittsburgh absolutely tearing us up unless we're blitzing. Seems like blitzing the way. We got a little over 3 minutes. We've been carving up Pittsburgh's defense. That has not been a problem. So I think we pushed the ball. We're on the 44. Should be able to easily get another scoring drive in here before the half. But we also have time. We also have timeouts, and that is a weak-looking front. Let's see if we can run. Of course, our starting running back out, but that is a wide-open hole. Quick 9 yards. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. So they need to. So you're saying the Colts need to commit to Anthony Richardson one way or the other. Like either he's going to be the QB, either he's going to be a utility piece, or he just needs to go. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Oh, Marion Ridley. Hello. Good blocking there. Maybe the Steelers not expecting us to run in that spot. Yeah, that's fair. I just don't know. I don't know. I mean, the Colts already squandered one of the best running backs that we've seen in the last 5 years. Maybe longer. Like, I think he's got to be up there with, like, Derrick Henry and Saquon. I know, was it knee injury? He was out for a season. But even still, like, he's been solid. I feel like the Colts just don't know what kind of offense they want to run. And then they had the absolute breakdown of the decade 2 years ago versus the Vikings, right? Where they were up like 35-3 or something like that. Are we going to get this one off? We do. Back corner of the end zone. Not there. They were up like 35-3 on the Vikings, and the Vikings ended up coming back to win. That was an absolutely insane game. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. I mean, Anthony Richardson, oh, that's going to be picked, has the size that he could be a Taysom Hill. I just feel like that's a lot of draft capital that they've invested in him to, I say, only become a Taysom Hill, but only become a Taysom Hill. Third and 10. Might just run here, but I think we'll give this one a shot. Just dump it underneath. Okay. At least we get Pittsburgh to burn one timeout. We'll kick a chip shot field goal here. We go up 18. Would have liked to have taken a little bit more time off. Maybe we should have run the ball a couple more times. But we'll see. I would go zone, but Fields has absolutely carved us up and ran for like 30 yards. Some NFL coaches are just lazy. Sometimes they don't want to develop. They just want a pro. Yeah, but if you're a new head coach coming into a team, you don't get a great seasoned veteran quarterback. I feel like that's kind of the deal. Oh, there we go. Deontay Stockton, second sack of the game. Okay. Making his presence felt. You got to love a backup coming in and being disruptive in the backfield. Feels good. 2nd and 19. Pittsburgh forced to use their second timeout. 1:03 left on the clock. Let's see what they do here. But yeah, I mean, I've never heard that, but I could definitely see that being the case for like an NFL coach, maybe with a bit of an ego. Wow, that was a great throw and catch over the middle. 40 seconds. Pittsburgh has not taken a timeout. "25 seconds. Still no timeout. And audibling. Audibling. 15 seconds. Horrible clock management. And it's a short throw over the middle. 8 seconds. Pittsburgh calls a timeout. Looks like they're going to run another play. Five, four, throws it away out the back of the end zone. Great awareness there, at least, from Justin Fields to recognize he was under pressure and needed to get rid of it. So they will settle for another field goal attempt. This is actually truly a great representation of the Steelers' offense in real life. Where they just kick 9 field goals a game to try to win. Unfortunately, our offense is better. But yeah, I could definitely see that Kryto, especially if you get like a veteran NFL head coach, someone who's been around the league for a while, they think they know, like, oh, my system is a good system. Like, instead of developing around a quarterback, they just try to force the system onto the quarterback. I could 100% see that. And the Colts saying we don't how run often. Well, we don't how run offense with Anthony Richardson. Oh, like they don't know how to utilize them. For sure, for sure. Especially Cam Newton. Like I feel like him and Cam Newton are very, very similar. Both, except for Anthony Richardson, is even more athletic than Cam Newton was. I guess we just have to go back to blitzing Justin Fields here. Nickel blitzes have been about the only thing that's slowed down this offense. And a couple timely sacks on third down. Taylor Bowden coming in. Great tackle at the line of scrimmage for no gain. Appreciate that. It's the only thing that's working, so we will send another blitz. Short throw over the middle. Caught. Once again, Pittsburgh finds themselves in a 3rd and short. So we got to see if our defense will be able to step up one more time. We will blitz for the 3rd time this series. Ooh. That was a good throw. A lot of contact. But Pickens unable to hold on. And Pittsburgh has no balls. And they will punt on 4th and 1 on the 46. Feels a little soft. Probably should have gone for it there. Down by 2 scores. You saw where coaches want give a young QB time to develop, but GMs or owners or both force the coach's hands. Yes, that is true. That is true. It's always tough when the GM and or owner is not in line with the head coach's vision. A la every coach of the Dallas Cowboys under Jerry Jones. My wife is a huge Dallas Cowboys fan. So she has to deal with that. But luckily, since everyone hates the Cowboys, I can send her all the memes on Instagram related to the Cowboys and laugh at her expense in a very loving way. An exceptionally loving way. Rex Ryan wanted to develop Tim Tebow, but the Jets said no. I mean, didn't Tim Tebow have a winning record in his starts? Kind of the same thing. I missed triangle. He was wide open on that play. Great play by Fitzpatrick back there. Oh, I don't know what I'm picking there. My face cam is covering up, so I don't know. Well, let me see. Okay. This should be instant replay. Okay, not call timeout. All right, so I'm pretty sure the slot fade. Holy, yep. Yep, we missed that one. Dorian Graham was open by about 5 or 10 yards. Big miss there by Hutchinson. Definitely not me that was the miss. It was the quarterback in the imaginary pixel game. Yeah, I don't know if I have a ton of confidence in the Tim Tebow. As an NFL starter, but I think he deserved the opportunity. I will say that. I think he at least deserved the opportunity. Because there's a better ball. He absolutely embodied everything that you want out of a QB. Maybe not maybe didn't have, the best arm or the best mechanics. But if you want a guy to lead your football team, right, it would have been Tim Tebow. So I think he at least deserved the chance to do that. And I've heard really good things. Oh my God, what a catch in traffic, broken tackle. Duncan Sherman is an animal. Love to see it. But I have heard really good things, like just anecdotally from players who played under Rex Ryan. He always came off as kind of a dick to me. But I don't know. Marion Ridley looking all sorts of shifty in the hole. Wiggles through for a gain of 5. When you were playing Madden 22, you put Tebow at fullback using the Wildcat. Tim Tebow on a jet sweep, huh? I can't. My brain cannot fathom that. But maybe in Madden Land it works. I love that though. I feel like Madden does kind of lack at that. Like the ability to kind of design plays and a playbook around certain players. Or like if you come up with an idea you want to try, unless maybe I just haven't. Oh. What a cutback. And TJ Watt is injured. That's sad. Always hate to see a great player get injured. But I feel like that's something Mag could do a little bit better. Like, Marion Ridley. Is that his 3rd rushing touchdown this game? Maybe. Very quiet. Very quietly having an excellent game. Just, our wide receivers block like crazy. You love to see it. You had Taysom Hill and Tim Tebow. I love that. I love that. And with that touchdown, I think we probably put this out of reach. Pittsburgh hanging around a lot of the game. Had a couple opportunities to stop us, most notably on a 3rd and like 15. Or like a 3rd and goal on the 15, something like that. We ended up converting for the touchdown. The game was close. They also missed a field goal. That's a 10-point swing right there. It'd be 21-12. Could have been a close game. Let's see if our defense that is half backups can hold up here. Wish could have been an offensive coordinator. Yeah, that's something like the really old Maddens, like I don't know how long you've been playing Madden for, but way back in the day, when players retired, some of them would show up. Like you used to be able to. I mean, you can hire and fire, your offensive and defensive coordinators, special team coordinators, like here. But way back in the day, it was they used to have more of an impact, and you used to be able to hire retired players that like went on to coach, which I thought was really cool. But you don't see that in Madden anymore. I don't really know why. But yeah, I thought for a while, like when I was preparing for college years ago, thought about becoming a teacher just so I could coach high school football. Because that was one of the most like impactful and meaningful experiences of my life was playing high school football. I did have an opportunity to play in college, but like at a Division like 3 or Division 2, like I just had some Division 3 and some Division 2 like scholarship offers. And I just wanted to focus on school and get my degree and get out kind of thing. But I kind of wish I would have played in college, even if it was for, a small school. I think that would have been a really great experience for me. You're also doing an NBA expansion league. The twist was you had to start from the 60s and work your way until now. Well, that seems like that would take a very long time. We got him? Ooh. Not really the best ball from Hutchinson there. Underthrew the receiver. We might need to look at the depth chart because I need that to be Dorian Graham. I need that to be 97 speed, not 93 speed. And then maybe that's a touchdown. So you've gone from the 60s all the way to the 81 season. That is dedication, my friend. That is dedication. But I like it. Let's see, I'm trying to think. I bought NBA 2K 24, 23, I think. Did a franchise as the Pacers. Because the last time I really paid attention to the NBA, that was my favorite team. And I don't know, just like NBA just doesn't excite me anymore. I saw a little thing on ESPN where they were comparing hockey to the NBA, and just like the fight in the Marion Ridley cutback. Oh my God, what a run! We don't need a 99 overall running back. We don't need our superstar X Factor running back. We got Marion Ridley, the backup, coming in, putting up, I think, 4 touchdowns on the ground, including that really nice run. Great speed and vision. Bounces outside, cuts back inside off the block, down the field, pushes forward for the end zone. It's a thing of beauty. We're dominating again. Of course, Pittsburgh only 3-11, so it's not like they're a great team, but would like to have a competitive game here and there. You're starting 5 point guard: Magic Johnson, Julius Erving, Larry Bird, Bobby Jones, and Bill Walton. And you've never lost a game, I'm assuming, with that lineup. Deontay Stockton. My brother in Christ. Calm down. Leave some sacks for the rest of the team. His third one of the day. Kayvon Thibodeau forcing Fields out of the pocket. And Stockton holding contain. Gets in and gets the sack. You'll love to see it. 2nd and 18. Less than a minute left in the third. It's a short throw over the middle. Actually a pretty nice gain. Good run after the catch there. I think this is where we apply the blitz. It has worked a lot so far. Hopefully it works here. Under some pressure. Good throw, but really, really tight coverage. Michael Carter II, who, by the way, leads the league in interceptions, or at least was the last time we checked, in there for the tackle and the pass breakup. Defense holds again. Super duper punt return. We'll take over at the 10-yard line. 19 seconds left. I think it's time we really push the run game. We're going to go chew clock. We're going to try and run the football and get out of this one with another solid performance. You never had an undefeated season. You do 60 games. Your best record was 58-2. Do you play every single game? Oh, fumble. Never mind. Merritt Ridley absolutely blasted. Wow. Huge hit. Was that Joey Porter Jr.? I'm not sure. But someone came in and absolutely obliterated the running back. He fumbles. Pittsburgh recovers. We're going to send a heavy, heavy blitz. And it works to perfection. Loss of one on the run. Taylor Bowden in behind the line of scrimmage. Normally he's good for 8 to 12 tackles a game. He's been really quiet these last few weeks. Good to see him getting active today with a couple TFLs. Let's see. Kryto, you went undefeated in the playoffs twice. One in the Jerry West era. And Rick Barry. And you do 60 games, 8 minutes. Wow. That is quite the dedication. I do play FIFA. I don't stream it because I'm just in general not knowledgeable enough about soccer to be able to comment. Like, I understand how to play the game, and I understand how to sign good players and stuff like that, but I play every game, and that's like a 45-50 game season, maybe 60 with cup games. But I also only play on like 8-minute quarters or 8-minute games. It's like 4-minute halves, so they go really, really quick. But I love that dedication. I love that dedication. All right, here we go. I mean, we already know this game's already over. It's 9-38, but Steelers with a touchdown, you never know. 4th and 11. Fields, they got it. No one even close. First touchdown of the day here early on in the 4th for the Pittsburgh Steelers. George Pickens. Absolutely uncovered. So the fumble ends up being costly. You got to think if they're going to get back in this, they're going to try an onside kick. They're not. Down 22 with 7 minutes left. All right. You're the Louisville Bards. The Bards part came from one of your favorite games called Genshin Impact, and one of my favorite characters is Venti. So you made the team base of Venti and Genshin Impact video game. Nice. That's cool. It's a lot more interesting than a lot of sports mascots where it's just like the Bulldogs. Sounds like you are quite the gamer, Kryto. Got a lot of games in your repertoire. You go deep into your sports franchises. I think that's awesome. Marion Barber, or not Marion Barber, that was an actual running back. Marion Ridley, 16 rushes, 139 yards, 3 touchdowns, and he just punched a Pittsburgh Steeler in the back. That's one way to assert your domination. Holy. What a game from the kid. Also, maybe a little bit of credit to the offensive line. I think we finally have all of our starters in. Maybe one starter is out with injuries, but otherwise I think we finally, after probably 5 or 6 weeks, have a full, healthy offensive line. You can kind of see, maybe not there, but more often than not, can see why our offense has been so dominant this year. We already had a great offensive line, and then we invested an additional $30 million this offseason. Oh, can we get there? No. Decent opportunity there, but we only get back about 8. 4th and 5 on the 49. We could be really petty and try and go for it here. I think that's unnecessary. We'll just punt it. Apparently that's going to be a flag, even though I don't think we touched him. Your logo is basketball with angel wings, because in Genshin Impact, the Anemo elements, which in US translate to wind element logo. Wind element logo, wings, got it. Okay. I like it. I can tell you put a lot of thought into it. I don't think I could be that creative, to be honest. But I love developing a storyline like that. I think the last creative team that I made was like an MLB The Show 21. I did a creative team, and I put them in Nashville, and they were like the Nashville Hounds or something like that. The Bloodhounds, something like that. Just because I thought South, hunting dog. See, not a whole lot of imagination there. And the mascot was a dog. Wow. George Pickens, he goes over 100 for the day on his 8th catch. At this point, though, even if they score a touchdown here, it's another screen. Two minutes, 45 seconds left. They just keep dumping it off. Freiermuth does get out of bounds. Had some more drafts. Stallions, Titanic themes. Fields under pressure, throwing it. Weird diving somersaulty breakup there, but heck of an athletic effort. We'll take it. Huh. Fields taken off. No one's there. And he fumbled. Giants recover in the end zone. Deontay Stockton, 3 sacks on the day, and then a fumble recovery to end what possibly, maybe, could have been some form of a comeback by the Steelers. I feel like this game was never really close, or it was close at a time, but it has not been close for a while. But any chance the Steelers had is gone. 2 minutes and 6 seconds left. Oh, what a juke move. My wife's favorite movie is the Titanic, and so I think she would appreciate that tribute. You have a lot of creative ideas, Kryto. If I ever get to like 1 million subscribers, I'm gonna hire you as, Marion Ridley! Marion Ridley off to the races! It's over! The dagger! What a run! Marion Ridley with a huge touchdown run. His 4th rushing touchdown of the day. We put up 45 on Pittsburgh. Unbelievable. It's amazing how easy this game can be when you have nothing but like 90 overall offensive linemen. Feels good. That was nice. I feel like I was saying something. Oh, yes. If I ever get to if something ever happens and I accidentally blow up and reach like 1 million subscribers or something, Kryto, I'm hiring you as my creative director to come up with interesting franchise ideas and creative team names and stuff. That's my promise to you. All right, Pittsburgh Steelers back with the ball. I mean, 1 minute 15 left. 3 timeouts. Does it matter? Not really. We're just going to play some soft zone coverage. Let them take their completions. And get out of here with a win. 50 seconds left. Steelers not even calling timeouts. Fields, good throw down the field. And another injured Steeler. Less than idea. Looks like maybe one of their linemen. They're working on his shoulder. But I gotta say, Fields is looking good. I don't think the problem for the Pittsburgh Steelers at 3-11 this year is with their quarterback play. Looks like they need to shore up their offensive line and their defense, maybe get a run game going, maybe get some wide receivers. That's, I think, the 3rd or 4th drop we've seen from Pittsburgh receivers today. Oh, Thibodeau! Broken tackle. Fields almost picked. BJ Stump on the coverage. Triple zeros on the clock. Another convincing win for the New York Giants as we march towards a one-loss season. We lost opening week and have since not dropped one. Looking to go back-to-back. Only 2 or 3 games left in this season. Let's see what the stats say. Justin Fields had a really nice day. 30 of 40 for 304 yards. Only 1 touchdown, but no turnovers. Hutch goes for 298 and 2 touchdowns. Felt like he barely even had to, though, because we ran the football. It was very successful. Marion Ridley, 20 attempts for 216 yards, 4 touchdowns. Did have the fumble, did have the turnover, but also a house call from 73. Really good stuff. Really good stuff. Joey Hawley, 2 of 6, and then was injured. And he's going to be out for a while. Receiving, Dorian Graham, back from injury, 7 for 80. Duncan Sherman, the backup tight end, proving to be a reliable target, 6 for 75 and a touchdown. Adonai Mitchell, 3 for 76. And Jalen Hyatt got a few catches and a touchdown as well. Defensively, wow, a lot of tackles. Nick McLeod, Taylor Bowden, BJ Stump, all with 11 total tackles. Deacon Fields broke double digits with 10 as well. Plenty of TFLs, 3 for Deontay Stockton, including 3 of those, and all 3 of those were sacks. 2 for Taylor Bowden, 2 for Jawan Beasley. And then Alex Wright, Deacon Fields, and Stump each with 1. We had 1 field goal and a punt in there. That was a good game. That was a really good game. The franchise marches on. Yeah, Madden was, before Call of Duty, Madden was my game. I played this like obsessively, like a really unhealthy amount. A really unhealthy amount. Back in the day. Like in the early 2000s, like 2001, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it wasn't until 2007. Yeah, 2007 when Call of Duty 4 released, and I got tired of beating the CPU on all Madden like 75 to 3 every game. There was actually times where I would fall asleep. Like I'd be up till like 2 in the morning. I'd fall asleep playing a game of Madden. I'd wake up because of all the flags for delay a game. I'd be like on my own 1 yard line, and it would be, you know, fourth, like second or third and like 51 or something like that. And I would just like half awake, just automatically score touchdowns. So it got really boring. And so I went to Walmart and I was like, hey, look, this Call of Duty Modern Warfare campaign of the year, that seems interesting. So I played the campaign, absolutely mind blowing. And then that was back when on PlayStation 3, when playing online was free, like you just had no cost. You just plugged in your Ethernet cord, connected to Wi-Fi, you could play online for free. So I was like, let's try playing online Call of Duty. And ever since then, I was addicted at a really unhealthy way. And I'm still playing Warzone to this day. All right. Let me catch up on the chat here. Sergeant Run and Gun, you love sports games. Madden. Ah, yes, that went me on my little Madden tirade, which then got me to Call of Duty. But yes, I think I played 1 NHL game. I don't know anything about hockey except for it's supposed to be really, really fun to watch live. And unfortunately, here in Phoenix, The Coyotes, I think, was our team, are getting moved to Utah. So any chance I have of watching them is now gone. Kryto, you love playing games like Spider-Man, Jedi Fallen Order, and Minecraft. I got this like Call of Duty or Star Wars Battlefront 2. I I played Star Wars Battlefront, I think the first one, many years ago. It's kind of a fun game. Kind of a fun game. I just never really got into the single player games, to be honest. I play MVP 06 Baseball for PlayStation 2. That is awesome. My first gaming console was a Nintendo 64. I mowed my grandma's yard all summer for $10 a pop and bought a Nintendo 64 at the end of the summer. That was my very first one. GoldenEye 007, one of the greatest shooters ever made. Uh, Ever tried Super Mega Baseball? I have not. I have not. It sounds fun though. Sounds like a not super serious version, like baseball game, which sometimes can be even more fun. But I digress. Back to Madden. Great episode, great stream. Thank you guys so much. Kryto, thank you so much for coming in, man. I loved chatting football and video games with you. That was a lot of fun. I really appreciate your insights. Um, we have some good takes, I think, some good conversation. I appreciate you. I'm going to be logging off of here and I'm going to be streaming some Warzone immediately following this. So if you want to, but whenever I close out of the game, the stream will stop. So because I just streamed straight from my PlayStation, so I'll be live again very soon on some Warzone if you want to come hang out some more. Let's see. First time gaming was '07 NASCAR Thunder. Star Wars Unleashed and Spider-Man 3. I feel like I played a NASCAR game back on Windows 95 on PC. That's how long I have been playing video games because Windows 95 was an actual thing. But yeah, thank you guys again. I really appreciate you guys coming out, hanging out with me while we take the Giants from a Super Bowl winning team into a dynasty. I will be back in a few minutes with COD, and I'll see you guys there. Thanks so much.